Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Ira. I'm Ira Bowman, the founder of Project Help You Grow. I'm also the Bay Area account rep for California Survey and Drafting Supply. In the Bay Area, I sell printing products, and that's actually my day job. That's what I do for a living. The Project Help You Grow stuff is all free, complimentary help, trying to help people grow their networks and learn how to engage better on social media. Also, of course, trying to help people with job placement. I help people promote their businesses, and I help with peer-to-peer coaching. Why? Because I'm here to help people. I have a heart to help. It's why I love my job. It allows me to help people with their print needs. And anyways, today I want to talk to you about an article that I just wrote. A lot of you are struggling getting your resume through the ATS system, and you hate ATS because, frankly, I think a lot of you just don't understand it. I took a lot of time to research the ATS, and I'm still doing some research. I'm going to be publishing more information. I've got more things coming. But I want you, if you are a job seeker, to take a look, and I will link it in the comments, at my recent article. It's called Demystification of the ATS. And basically in it, I've got a bunch of different things. I explain what the ATS is. I tell you what the popular ATS programs are. There's actually over 100 that are commonly in use. There's about 20 that are mainly used that have basically 1% or more of the population. Taleo seems to be the number one. It's owned by Oracle. It was actually its own company, and then they were bought out by Oracle. Anyways, it's like 20% or so, just under 20%. Depends on how you look at the rankings. But anyways, it's the number one widely used, but there's a lot of others, and I talk about them. I give you a ranking. I talk about resume tips, so like, you know, how to use keywords and how to format your resume or CV. I give you a checklist, and I didn't actually write the checklist. I took this checklist and I give them credit in the article, you know, where I grabbed it from. There's even somebody had asked me, hey, do you have templates that we can use? JobScan has 20 free templates. I'm going to go ahead and source that too in this link so that you can, you know, grab it if you want. But here's some of the main things I want to make sure that you guys are knowing. So I'm going to take this checklist and I'm going to just copy and paste as much as I can of it from the article, so you can get the full checklist in the article. And it's all free. Don't worry about that. I don't charge for anything, so it's all free. But click on the article and view to get the checklist. You should always double check this. The other thing I'm going to suggest, and I posted this the other day, but JobScan has a free tool. You can post your resume and you can post the job listing, and you can run it, and it'll give you a score of a match, basically, to see how much of your resume matches up with the listing. If you're coming in at under 80%, you need to tweak your resume to match more, especially they talk about focusing on the hard skills. That's the thing that most recruiters and HR hiring managers are going to be looking for. You know, how do your hard skills match up? But anyways, here's some of the things to double check, right? You want to make sure that, first of all, you're submitting it in a format that the ATS systems can work with. The ATS systems love Word, Microsoft Word. So if you've got a doc, that's the best, or the newer version, the DOCX, right? The other thing that people really like are the text documents. So if you're using a PDF, and a lot of people do, in fact, even on Project Help You Grow, I only accept PDF resumes on the site. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want somebody to take your resumes and revise them or change them or steal them or anything like that, right? So it's a safety thing. But if you're submitting to a recruiter or to a company, don't submit the PDF, submit the doc, okay? Submit the text file. So either DOC, DOCX, or TXT, okay? You want to make sure that you're not using anything fancy. This is not artwork. The ATS systems don't recognize images well. They don't understand the nuances like the eye does of making it pretty. They're just after the plain information. So don't get crazy. Stay away from borders and shadings and fancy graphics. Don't use any graphics. Don't use tables. Make sure things are in a singular column. I've seen a lot of resumes with multiple columns, and or you've got like a side column with some information and then a body, if you will. The ATS systems don't know what to do with it. Here's the reason why it matters. ATS doesn't know what to do with it. The odds are it's just going to kick it out, and you're going to get excluded from consideration. You may not care. You may think, hey, well, I'll just apply to a bunch of other people. Well, good luck with that, right? But you want to give yourself the best chance to win. You want to understand what the tools are being used and how they work so that you can increase your opportunity to be successful. I do it in sales all the time. Look, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter how I want to sell something. It matters how my customers want to receive information. If they don't want me to go just drop in and stop in, for me to just drop in and stop in doesn't make sense, right? You have to adapt and adjust to the industry that you're in. And to that point, if you're in nursing, or if you're in medical, or if you're in engineering, or if you're in manufacturing, or if you're a scientist, or if you're a salesperson, every industry has a little bit different nuances. Study your industry. That's one of the things I'm looking at, is the different vertical markets is how I phrase it, but your industry. Okay, so if you're in banking, for example, it might be completely different than if you're in education. So you need to understand, what is the ATS that's most commonly used in my field? Study that, do some homework, go to their particular websites and learn more about their programs, how they work. That's what I've been doing. And then you can figure out what works, because there are some programs that have like knockout questions, for example. Most of them use 2, but some of them, like Taleo, that allows them to use more. So you just have to understand all the different components to give yourself a better opportunity. I like to tell people, and you may not like to hear it, but the fact is, if you do not have a job, finding a job is your job, and studying is certainly a big part of that. You can't just say, well, a company should be able to look through all the different stuff and find me. Well, maybe, but you have to understand that there's a press. They have a crush of applications, and if you don't make it easy for them to find you and contact you and understand your qualifications, they may not be willing to take the time to do a lot of homework when they've got a bunch of other people who have already made it easy for them. So the simpler you can make it for them to find you and understand your qualifications and how you translate, the better opportunity you have of winning. So that's why I wrote the article, Demystification of the ATS, because that's where a lot of people seem to be getting stuck. You know, I don't want you to get stuck. I want to help you find that job. I do it for free. ProjectHelpYouGrow.com is the website. My name is Ira Bowman. If you're not already a subscriber to me on YouTube, I ask that you would follow me there. You're going to find more videos like this and other things. I do sales, business tips. I do Coffee with Ira, and I do interviews with job search professionals. I do authors and recruiters and HR professionals. I bring them in and I interview them and I give you advice to help you find your job. So anyways, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Coffee with Ira ran a little long, so I'm going to get out of here and I hope to talk to y'all again real soon. Have a great day, everybody.